Welcome to our play date. We're here to have some fun. It's time to sing and read and play using our imagination. So clap your hands and stomp your feet and dance all around. Then raise your hands up to the sky and sit on the ground. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the ICES Tuolumne Playdate, where we read, sing, and play together. I'm so excited because we get to do our new Playdate song, which you heard right there at the beginning. And today we're going to do things a little differently. We're not going to be reading a book, but I will be giving away this really great book called Good Enough to Eat. It's a book we featured on a past Playdate, and it talks all about healthy foods to eat and what they do for our bodies. So, adults, remember, if you want to win a copy of that book, remember to like, comment, and share. And you don't have to like, comment, and share right at 11 o'clock. If you're watching this in the afternoon, you can like, comment, and share then and still be entered to win. Today, we're going to be doing a fun, slimy, sticky activity called Oobleck. It only requires 2 ingredients. You'll need some cornstarch and you'll need some water. So, let's go ahead and get started with our Oobleck. Okay, so for creating Oobleck, if you've never done this before, it only requires 2 ingredients, and you're going to need some cornstarch and you're going to need some water, and you'll probably want a spoon or stirring instrument of some kind to help you mix it together. And then you'll want to make sure that the container you're using is big enough if you're so that children can play in it and make a mess inside of it because it's pretty sticky and messy, but it's also easy to clean up. So the first thing we're going to do is just put some cornstarch in our container here. And depending on the size of your container, you might need a different amount of cornstarch. I'm going to use 2 full containers here, and these are about 16 ounces. And you can usually find cornstarch at your local grocery store or Walmart, or sometimes even the dollar store might carry some Oobleck materials. Here we go. All right. So this is all about texture. So when you're doing this with children, making them a part of the creating it portion of this activity is always really fun. Giving them a chance to touch that material before you get it wet can be a good opportunity for discussing texture. So, ooh, this texture is soft in my hands. So talking about different words we use for texture, expanding children's language, and also talking about what happens when we mix these 2 elements together. So here I've got a pitcher of water. I'm not really going to measure. I'm just kind of go slowly and mix it together and then add more if I need to. Get kind of this milky looking liquid. And the reason Oobleck is so much fun is that because of how the cornstarch congeals with the water, it's a solid but a liquid at the same time, which is really cool. I think I'm gonna need more water. What do you guys think? Ooh, it's gooey. I need more water. So be prepared for messiness. If you're worried about making a mess on your floor, you might want to take it outside or put a tarp or some plastic bags down on the floor underneath so that exploration can happen freely without concern for mess, because part of exploring elements like this is making a mess. It's part of the fun. Ooh, look at that. And then, touching it with our hands. If you have children that don't like to get sticky things on them, you could put some of this oobleck into a plastic bag and let them squish it around that way, because then they can still enjoy and be fascinated by what's happening with those elements without getting sticky if that really bothers them too much. But it's also an opportunity for them to learn to grow accustomed to getting messy, sticky hands sometimes. So you can see that when I squeeze it, it's solid, but I let it go and it turns into a liquid and gets all drippy. Ooh. And now it feels sticky, but when I squeeze it, it feels dry. I wonder why that happens. Why do you think it feels dry when you squeeze it and wet when you let it go? Ooh. Now, if you have been teaching young children for a long time, you might already have grown accustomed to this activity. You can never go wrong with a little cornstarch and water. If you have children in your care with a corn allergy, that's also a situation where you might want to consider using a plastic bag or putting some gloves on so they can still participate, because we don't want to exclude children from the activities that we put in front of them. And that is Oobleck. Wow, that was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys have fun if you try out baking oobleck at home. Maybe you can send some pictures to us on Facebook and show us how yours turned out. I know that I didn't really give you measurements on those ingredients, but I never really measure it myself. I just kind of go on how it feels. So you might find a way to experiment with how much water and how much of that cornstarch you're going to use as part of your activity. Well, that's all for us today, folks. And I want to remind you, adults, if you are a family, friend, or neighbor who cares for someone's children and you're looking for support or you are interested in learning more about child development so that you can provide high quality care to the children that you care for, you can contact our office or visit our website to learn more about how we can support you at www.icesagency.org. That's www.icesagency.org. Thanks so much for joining us. We wish you happiness, we wish you good health, and we wish you good times with family and friends. Bye!